I still have hangovers, thank God. Everyone who's known an alcoholic knows that as soon as you stop feeling the pain, it's because you're no longer feeling the pain. You're no longer feeling much of anything. And so I welcome the horrors of the digital cock crowing in my ear at an uncalled for hour. I'm grateful for the flaming phlegm in my throat, the snakes chasing their tails through my sinuses, the smoke stuck behind my eyelids, the shards of glass in my gut, and the special ring of hell circling my head. Because if it wasn't for a handful of my least favorite things, I'd know I had some serious problems. All of us can think of a friend whose father, or mother for that matter, we came to understand was in an entirely different league when it came to the science of cirrhosis. The man who falls asleep fully clothed with a snifter balanced over his balls, then up and out the door before sunrise, like the rest of the inverted vampires who do their dirty work during the day in three-piece suits. Maybe it was a martini at lunch or several cigarettes an hour to take the edge off. Whatever it was, whatever it took, they always made it out, and they always came back, for the family and to the refrigerator, filled with the best friends anyone can afford. Our friends' fathers came of age in the bad old days that fight it out for posterity in the pages of books, uneasy memories, and the wishful thinking of TV reruns, the 50s. These are men who have never opened a bottle of wine and have no use for imported beer. Men who actually have rye in their liquor cabinets, who still have liquor cabinets for that matter. These are men who were raised by men that never considered church or sick days optional, and the only thing they disliked more than strangers was their neighbors. Men who didn't believe in diseases and didn't drink to escape so much as to remind themselves exactly what they never had a chance to become. Theirs was an alcoholism that did not involve happy hours and karaoke contests. Theirs was a sit down with the radio and a whiskey sour, a refill with dinner and one before, during, and after the ball game. Or maybe they'd mow the lawn to liven things up, tinker under the hood of a car that had decades to go before it could become a classic. Or perhaps friends would come over to play cards. Sometimes a second bottle would get broken out. This was a slow burn of similar nights. Stiff upper lips, the sun setting on boys playing baseball, mothers sitting on the couch watching TVs families didn't yet own, of forced smiles battling bottled tears in the bottom of a coffee mug, of amphetamines and affairs, overhead fans and undernourished kids, of evening papers and a creeping conviction that there is no God, of poets unable to make art out of the mess they've made of their own lives. It was a hard time where people didn't necessarily live happily ever after, if they ever lived at all. It was a time, in other words, not unlike our own.